Welcome back to the Game of Warriors. In today's video breakdown, with Week 1 officially closing and coming to an end, we will be having OP4 scoring results with updated points table. Big shout out to the participants from all divisions. Make sure you get your rest because we're picking right back up with OP number 5 on Tuesday. Now, let's get ready to bring the hammer down. Let's do this. Division 4 OP4 scoring results. Division 4 shows 4 solos, with Dirty Harry placing 4th, scoring 116 on his base of choice. He did go for the 134 and full sent it with 18 casualties. 3rd goes to Alpha, scoring 145 on his 159 base. All 8 landing crafts deployed, with 14 points loss for troop loss. Jabs comes in 2nd for OP4, scoring an impressive 214 on his 184 base. Jabs taking advantage of 55 bonus points on this hit. Looks like he got his meeting with the Queen, and first place goes to Big Toe, with the 210 base scoring 222. 22 bonus points with minimal point loss at 10. Fantastic effort from Division 4. Closing up Week 1, let's see if we have any changes on the points table. After 4 ops, Big Toe jumps back to 1st with 9 points. Alpha drops down to 2nd with 8 points, and Jabs remains in 3rd with 6 points. Poor Dirty Harry remains in 4th without a single point to his name. Rest up, fellas. Moving on to Division 3 OP4 scoring results. Bam Bam fails his solo on his 184 base, placing 4th. 6 comes in strong, placing 3rd on his base of choice, the 134, and losing 15 points for Warriors killed in action. Mr. P full sends it on his 159 base with 14 casualties and scoring 145, taking 2nd place. And first place goes to Duck, who took full advantage of his 210 base with only 29 points loss, finishes OP4 with 181. With the first week and 4 ops under Division 3's belt, let's see how this reflects to the points table. Mr. P stays on top with 8 points. It's been a great week for Mr. P in Division 3 with 2 first-place finishes on ops. Duck remains in 2nd with 6 points. Duck has been all over the place this week with 1 of each 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place finish on ops. 6 jumps back to 3rd, switching spots with Bam and finishing the week with 3 points. 6 has made 2 out of 4 solos this week on ops, which leaves Bam in 4th with 3 points for the week. Tied with 6 on points, although 6 does have 1 more solo over Bam. Well done, fellas. It's time to see how Division 2 is holding up for Division 2 OP4 scoring results. Looks like Joss and Skull Krusher had a hard time with their ops. Joss failed his 159 base, and I failed my 184, which was Tech Crunch, a very difficult layout to pull off the Warrior solo. I played it safe with 3 boats when I should have full sent with 8. Joss places 4th, and Skull Krusher 3rd for OP4. Frank takes 2nd, taking massive advantage of his base of choice, the 134, capitalizing on 40 bonus points and scoring 171. Wow. Which leaves 1st for Rufus, not letting his 210 base go to waste. 33 bonus points gained with only 9 warriors killed in action. An amazing effort from Rufus. Let's see if any changes occurred on the points table. Rufus, Frank, and Skull Krusher all played musical chairs for Week 1. Rufus back in 1st with 8 points, Frank in 2nd with 6 points, and Skull Krusher in 3rd also with 6 points. Although Frank has 1 more solo over Skull Krusher, Frank crushed it this week with 4 solos, and Joss remains in 4th place with 3 points. Good luck for Week 2, fellas. Now it's time for Division 1 OP4 scoring results. Division 1 shows exactly why these players earned their spot. 4 solos yet again. Let's start with the 4th place Krusher, who soloed his base of choice, the 109 Axum, with only 4 landing craft of warriors. Taking advantage of 44 bonus points, Krusher scored 138. Let's see. Okay, and pausing this right off the bat here for a 109 Axum. This looks very easy for the Warriors, so let's see what Mr. Krusher does. I gotta say, I like the fact that he did take advantage of the 109, capitalizing huge on bonus points here. We do have Bullet coming out on that far right side with 2 Bolts of Warriors being flanked on the left and the right. We're going to anchor under the coverage of a 3 smoke drop on the Boom Cannon. Boom Cannon anchor will then transition to the Flamethrower anchor at approximately 4 o'clock of the power core here. And as we get to the anchor, it looks like we have a 1, 2, 3 core smoke drop. Are you kidding me? Every 3 core smoke drop we've seen this season failed. So let's see if there's any peakage as we transition to the core flare. And as we transition, absolutely beautiful. Those smokes expire. Bullet's taunt does get exposed first, pulling in the flamethrowers, rocket launchers, and shock launchers directly behind Bullet, firing away here. That is amazing position with Bullet. We're going to pause that for a second, taunting all those flamethrowers. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flamethrowers being pulled in from taunt there. Critter box being thrown at a high 9 o'clock there to distract the cannons. Shock coming out to pin down the boom cannons. And look at that. One more critter box coming out at a high 12 right there. Beautiful execution. I mean, it was an easy layout, but that was a great management. That was a great choice going in on the 109, capitalizing on 44 bonus points just with Division 1. It just really shows how much you need to step your game up. Krusher, awesome job, buddy. Let's move on to the next. LoneWolf places 3rd on his 159 Armadillo, also sending 4 landing craft of Warriors. He scored 165. Let's see this madness. I like it. Starting things off with a barrage directly at approximately 9 o'clock of the power core. Why? Clearing mines. Bullet coming out at a high flag drop on the far left side of the beach there. It looks like we are actually going for some power cell farming here. Might as well take advantage of, 3, 6, or 9 gunboat energy if Bullet is able to pull it in without taking too much damage here. So nice move right here. So it looks like we've almost made back the investment from the initial barrage to clear the mines here, but we will actually follow up. We're going to pause it for a second here. We've got a 4 boat drop here, 3 boats of Warriors being flanked on Bullet's left with 1 boat on his right under the coverage of a 2 smoke drop, and we will be anchoring on that power cell. As we continue, from the power cell, we will then transition most likely to the flamethrower. The shock launcher. Yep, shock launcher at about 5, 6 o'clock there. Sorry, 7. It's about 7, 8 o'clock, my bad. I'll explain my usage of the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I generally do go by the core clock. Here is an example right now. So when you are hearing that, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, shocks at 3 o'clock, critters at 5, this is what I am basing it off of. The core being a clock and acknowledging the time to where this shock or critter placement is being addressed. Let's continue. And there was a 4-core smoke drop as we did anchor on the shock launcher. Beautiful bullet positioning. He should actually be inside that 4-core smoke drop. Yes, he is. And as those smokes get ready to expire, that's 1 shock, 2 shock, 3 shock, 4 shock, 5 shock, and critters coming out all over the world. Let's just say shock the world, baby. And once again, that bullet placement is absolutely everything. We have failed taunt right now, which is not actually pulling in that shock launcher anymore. We might have used too much gunboat energy on shocks right there, but look at that. Warriors are dropping fast, but so is the health on that core. And LoneWolf showing us how the boys at Web Reloaded bring the hammer down. That was amazing effort from LoneWolf. Fantastic job, my friend. Let's move on to the next. Second place goes to LoneWolf, scoring an impressive 202 on his 184 distortion. I wonder what he did. Let's take a look. And LoneWolf on distortion. I don't see any critter farming, but we do have a critter box coming out directly on that core, opening up the mines, essentially opening the space up for our warriors. Looks like we should have a flare landing coming to, drum roll please. There, no, a low flag drop on the mid-left of the beach there. We're going to pause that for a second there. We do follow up with a flare as we anchor on the power cell there. 3 boats of Warriors being flanked on the left and right of Private Bullet. As we do anchor under the coverage of a 1 smoke drop on the power cell, we will then transition to the flamethrower once again at approximately 5 o'clock of the power core. Excellent job with the smoke coverage. As we then follow up, beautiful. Beautiful. So as LoneWolf was transitioning to the anchored flamethrower, he utilized a 4-core smoke drop on that anchor to quickly transition to that core flare. And as those smokes get ready to expire, Critter Box coming out at 9, coming out at 1, and Shocks coming out, pinning down rocket launchers at approximately 6, 7. We do have machine guns and boom cannons at approximately 10, 11. We have mortars at 12, and we've got flamethrower and shock launcher at 1, 2 o'clock. As we continue here, excellent job with those 6 boats of warriors just bringing the hammer down. Bullet placement is everything on these solos here, and once again, you really want to make sure Bullet is in a position where he can taunt and pull in those splash damage defenses, mainly flamethrowers. And once again, excellent execution from LoneWolf on the 184 distortion. Boom goes the dynamite. Let's move on to the next. And of course, first place is none other than Trout. Absolutely killing it this week with 2 landing craft warrior solos. He scored an amazing 263, taking full advantage of his 210 dioxin. Literally speechless. Let's see what he did. Okay, not to be biased here, but honestly, I think Trout might be my favorite player in the tournament, with being the king of 2 landing craft solos. We do have Barrage coming up at approximately... We're going to pause that for a second. It looked like that barrage was specifically being targeted directly behind the core at approximately about 12 o'clock. So let's continue. Oh, artillery coming out. Another artillery coming out. Yeah, strategic artillery coming out. Okay, yeah, he's definitely setting up for the back there. Let's go back. There's another critter box coming out. Yep. Shock mine clearing. Okay, we're getting a vague idea of the path that he's planning on taking. I'm wondering if Trout... Yep, there he is. So it looks like Bullet is going to be coming out for some power cell farming, which, you know, he might as well. He should. Again, if you can take advantage of either critter farming or bullet farming for your hit, you should take advantage of it. Gunboat energy management is everything. And sometimes, you know, you might be 1, 2, or 3 GBE shy for that final shock or critter, and farming is a way to get it done here. So Bullet takes out the 2 power cells on the right side of the beach there with ease. We are now drifting in range of the snipers here. There's our 2 boats of warriors. He's going to take a diagonal path here. Check this out. So now we're going to anchor on the power cell after we've initially farmed 369 gunboat energy. As Bullet and the warriors do anchor on the power cell, we'll then transition to this power cell. No, he ground flares. I love it. And you know what? You might as well gap the smoke there. It's going to take that grappler a second to register. So that was actually a good call right there. As the warriors do make it to the to the ground flare. Quick transition to the anchor flare, which will be the boom cannon. We're going to pause for a second here, just giving Bullet enough time to catch up here before Trout does make his next move. From the anchored boom cannon, we'll transition to an anchor flare directly to the machine gun at 3 o'clock. Great job with the smoke toss there. We should see another flare, I think, coming to this sniper right over here. No, that one right there. My bad, my bad. You know what? I'm actually learning a thing or two from Trout here. Direct flare to the core now. That was a bullet shock point, by the way. We missed that. I missed that. So that was a 2 smoke drop on the snipers right after... Sorry, he shocked Bullet. Sorry, 2 smoke... Let me start this over. 2 smokes on the snipers, and then he shocked a Bullet, because the smoke timer is longer than the shock timer, so this was all about getting that timing right to pretty much keep Bullet in this positioning here to pretty much make sure these machine guns and flamethrowers closest to the warriors are taunted. Let's continue. As those smokes expire, Bullet's taunt. Perfect timing right there. Let's see if that shock launcher is in range. And that shock launcher is in range. We should see a shock coming out on that shock launcher there. Warriors bringing the hammer down right now. No shock on that shock launcher, making me nervous here, but excellent Bullet positioning with the taunt right there. No, shock launcher, oh my god. Very strategic warrior placement. Okay, these warriors are now out of range of that shock launcher, that laser, and it looks like those rocket launchers are absolutely locked on and fixated with Bullet. Let's continue. Brilliant. Warriors in the back absolutely bringing the hammer down. There's actually a critter box on the sniper there as well, distracting the snipers to not hit the warriors. Another follow-up shock on the snipers at approximately 10, 11 o'clock here. Bullet's positioning is honestly everything on this hit here. Warriors meticulously working in synchronization in 3, in 2, in 1.5, in 1, in 0. Boom! Goes the freaking dynamite. Trout with the absurd 2 landing craft, 210 dioxin solo. This man absolutely deserves first place. Well done, Trout. Well done. Let's continue. Do we have any changes on the points table? No. No, we don't. Trout dominating first place with 10 points, with 2 first place and 2 second place finishes on the week. WebWolf in second place with 8 points, LoneWolf in third with 6 points, and everyone pray for Krusher. Still 0 points on the board after 4 ops, remaining in fourth with 0 points. Krusher really needs to roll those sleeves up and start making some moves for week 2. What an exciting week for Season 1 of Game of Warriors, officially at the halfway point. We will be returning next Tuesday to resume Op 5 scoring results and updated points table. Have a wonderful weekend, my friends. We'll see you next week.